it's Tasia. I wanted to share with you the #1 Secret Santa app in the world. There, you can create a free gift exchange to make gift giving easier so you can stress less during the holidays. Get a jump on the holidays and start planning now. Just set the date and budget and Elster takes care of the rest. They even draw names for you. They are trusted by 21 million people. Holy cow, that is a lot of people. There you can bring family and friends together no matter where you are with a virtual gift exchange. Everyone can make a wish list so that they can get a gift they really want. On the app, you can add gifts to your wish list from all of your brands that you love, including Nordstrom, Lululemon, Amazon, Etsy, Sephora, and more. You can spend less and stress less since everyone only needs to buy one gift. It's super, super fun. Go to Elster.com or download the Elster app. If you don't know how to spell it, I'll do it for you. ELFSTER.com. Elster.com.
Hey bitches, we're back. This is part 2 to last week's episode. I don't know why we thought we would be able to fill so many crazy kooky stories in one episode. So as promised, here is part 2. So yes, to summarize last week's episode, we really just shared some fucked up situations we'd been in that got us into trouble, or like me, I shared some sexual experiences. Sorry for the TMI. But here we are today, a new day, a bright, brand new day. Well, actually the same day for us, but new day for you.
I'm about to say, because we're wearing the same shirts, they're going to be like, okay, lion ass. Unless you just think.
Ooh, let me just, purr. Okay. So yeah, where should we start today, friend?
I'm trying to think of, I know that there was a story that I wanted to tell in the last episode and we wrapped it up and I'm trying to remember. So do you want to start off with something first?
So I have an old man experience too. Actually, I have a lot of old man experiences. Drama. So a few years back when she was like in her physical prime, not her prime, but I was really cute and gorgeous. Still am, but different type of cute and gorgeous. But anyways, so I went to the YMCA. I was working out literally every day, sometimes twice a day. And anyways, that's irrelevant. I went to the showers. So like I've never really like been like a shameful person. Like we all have bodies. Like I'm not weird. Like if I see people naked, like, okay, it's titties, it's an ass, it's a dick. Like I don't know why people would be like, how do you shower at the gym? But anyways, this particular YMCA was set up like old style shower rooms. Like it was just like a big room of like 10 showers where literally everybody can see everybody, like everything. And so I would go there before work out, shower, whatever. And there was this old man that always had eyes on me every time I was working out. And I would work out for like an hour and then I would go to the shower, and conveniently every time I went to the shower, here comes fucking Bilson's bitch ass 45 seconds later. I'm like, oh, Perry, we're on the same schedule, aren't we? And like we would just always see each other in there and he would always just be staring at me. And then this one day, he was just like in the shower, like watching me, and he started talking to me. Like we'd never really talked. He would just kind of like look at me and watch me, and like he just looked so decrepit and old and like, bitch, why are you looking at my fucking dick? So anyways, he starts asking me if I was married. And at this point, I was like 21 years old. And like, I look young now. I'm literally 27. But when I was 20, I looked like I was probably like 16, 17. So he's asking me if I'm married. And he's like, I'm like, no, not married. He goes, oh, you looking for the right girl, aren't you? And I was like, no, actually, I'm a little gay. And he was like, oh, well, we're all a little gay. And I was like, okay, period. And then like he starts just like looking me up and down, and he's like, well, with the looks of what you got there, I don't see how it'd be hard for you to find somebody. And I'm like, oh, period, pops. Like, thanks. Anyway, so that went on for like a long time. And, you know, I have been through so many weird situations where I didn't know how to speak up or I didn't know how to like stick up for myself. And so that went on for a long time of him just like coming in there and talking to me like in the weirdest ways. And like one time he asked me to come touch his balls, and like literally that was like the thing that pushed me over. But anyways, the last time that I saw him, we were in the shower and he literally came and grabbed my bare ass and squeezed it. And that was the fucking final straw for me. So I went to the YMCA. Actually, pause. Let me rewind a little bit. I was trying to build a case on this man. So I started recording voice recordings off of my phone, like, because I would also go into the sauna and he'd be in there and he would start talking to me and just always ask me like, you know, when was the last time you messed around with somebody? And like would just always ask me these nasty questions. And then I got him on recording. God, I wish I could find the recording. But he literally asked me to grab his balls, and I had that on recording, and I still wanted to like get some more evidence and whatnot. So I didn't immediately go and like tell on him. So then that was like the next day, that's when he grabbed my ass, and that literally pushed me over the edge. I'm like, now you're physically touching me. So I went to the YMCA, I played them the voice recording. It was just so nasty. But long story short, Bilson got kicked out, and it was just so crazy because his wife was there. His wife was there and had to literally see him removed from the YMCA. And I swear this man was probably 70 years old. So yeah, I don't know if he had a heart attack that night from shame. I don't know what his wife was thinking. I don't even know if they told her why he was getting kicked out of the YMCA, but yeah, I'm sure he's croaked over at this point, but
people are so fucking weird.
Dude, I know. And it's the audacity for me, bitch. Like, you think that you can talk to somebody like this, and like, you know, I question people's like mental space sometimes, because can you not read body language? Like, every time that you're talking to me and saying these inappropriate things to me, like, I know you see me tense up and be like, yeah, scratching my head. Like, how are you able to look at me like, oh yeah, he wants this?
Yeah, people are so weird. There was a time where this FedEx guy, or was it FedEx or DXL or some DSL, whatever the fuck it's called, Express, came to my door. And mind you, when I opened, because they banged on my door and I thought it was the police. And so I look out and I'm like, what the fuck?
Here?
Huh? It was here, yeah.
Oh, wow.
But it wasn't. So I looked out the peephole and it wasn't. So I was like, what the fuck? So I'm like, hey. And he was like, here's your package. And I was like, okay, period. I'm pregnant as fuck. I have a ring on my finger. Greenlee's on the couch screaming. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I know he wasn't like being weird and like rude, but he was with his body language. He was like, wow, you are so beautiful. And I was like, okay, thank you. And shut the door. Like after I took my package, and I like texted Gavin, my husband, and I was like, why the fuck is this delivery guy so damn weird? And he got like irritated. He was like, are you serious? And I'm like, yeah, like I'm pregnant as fuck. I have a ring on my finger and my child's here. Like, people are fucking weird. You know what I'm saying? Like, can you not read the situation here?
Right. No, people really be trying it. They're like,
so now when they come and knock on my door, I don't even fucking answer.
Yeah, no, you shouldn't.
Because it scares me. Because
honestly, Tasia, you should really like change your name on all these delivery systems, because bitches be delivering your food over here and it straight up says your name.
Yeah, that's true.
And people around here know who you are. So I would change my name on there. On your packages too.
Not it being Sandra Bullock.
Where's she at? I love her.
I do too.
Oh, okay. No, bitch, use some other alias. Don't use Sandra Bullock. Be like Polly Pocket. I don't fucking know, bitch. Anyways.
There was actually a girl that delivered my Instacart. This happened twice. And they knocked on my door and I answered it. And they were like, oh my gosh, I follow you. And like, they were so sweet. But sometimes,
that girl the other day when I was on Facebook,
yeah.
Didn't you let her in?
Yeah, we took a picture and everything.
I was cute and gorgeous. It was sweet.
Yeah, it was sweet. Like, and girls are really sweet. And like, I don't mind the girls, but sometimes I worry like if it was a guy and they were like, oh, I follow you, like I would be freaked out or something. I don't know.
I mean, men I mean, I guess anybody's really unpredictable.
Yeah, you're right. You're
like,
right.
Men especially, like, I would be kind of scared too.
Yeah, but the girl, she was like, can we take a picture? I was like, yeah, girl, come in. You know what I'm saying? Greenlee was like chilling, looking at us like, what's up?
What's up, bitch?
But there was this one time that happened, and this girl like messaged me on Instagram and asked for money. It was a girl that delivered my Instacart. And like, I felt bad, and like, I really did give her money, and then she kept asking, and I was like, okay, this is getting weird, girl.
Now you're trying to take advantage of
kindness. What? Yeah, what?
Dude, okay, can we, actually, I'm glad you mentioned that. I get so many messages from people asking for money, and like, let me tell you,
like, I'm not rich, girl.
No, I honestly have sent a handful of people, like, when they were like, some people have like requested money on Snapchat or Venmo randomly from me, like $10, $20. Like one time someone was like, please, I'm a mom and I can't buy food, and like I sent her $50, but like I be getting them all the time. People will send me like this long message on Instagram. They're like, I have no one else to turn to. And I'm like, girl, you don't even know me. Like, I'm glad you tune in and you follow me. Thank you for that. But like, this is a one-sided relationship. Like, I don't know you, girl. Like,
well, the thing is that people think if you have followers and stuff that means you're rich. Like,
you're not rich.
No, and then they think that like if you're on social media that you just get things handed to you. Like, the shit is hard. It is not easy at all.
We definitely get things handed to us, but like, girl, we don't just get millions of dollars. Like,
yeah, and like, it's hard work. And then like, it honestly, like, I feel like it's so disrespectful to ask me because, mind you, like, I'm a mother to 2 kids, and like, people think life is just fucking easy, and like, if you have followers and all this shit, that's how it works out, but that's not the case.
No,
like,
it takes years of putting in work. Like, yeah, we get free stuff now, but like,
that's like clothing. What does that do for bills?
And
like,
and it took years to get to this point too. So like, I don't know. People be really doing the most on social media. What was it? There was something else I was about to say. Fuck. I can't remember it. We should just go on a fucking break.
Okay, BRB. Hey guys, it's Tasia here. If you want to make your holiday season less stressful, you should do like me and try the #1 Secret Santa app in the world, Elfster. Here you can create a free gift exchange to make gift giving easier. So like I said, you can stress less during the holidays. Get a jump on the holidays and start planning now. Just set the date and budget, and Elfster takes care of the rest. They even draw names for you. They are also trusted by 21 million people, and guys, you know that's a lot of people. Here you can bring family and friends together no matter where you are with a virtual gift exchange. Everyone makes a wish list so that they can get a gift that they really want. You can also add gifts to your wish list from all the brands you love, including Nordstrom, Lululemon, Amazon, Etsy, Sephora, and more. Spend less and stress less, since everyone only needs to buy one gift. It's so fun, guys. I love it. You can go to elfster.com or download the Elfster app. If you don't know how to spell it, I'll do it for you. ELFSTER. Go to elfster.com, or like I said, download the Elfster app.
We're back. So
I'm sweating. So
this ring light is so...
It always is.
Fucking uncomfortable.
It really is.
And I got a damn parka on over here.
Take it off.
No, it's cute and gorgeous.
Okay, period her.
So, yeah, I lost my thought before we went on a break, but it was fire. It was a fire thought, okay? Anyways, we're going to jump right back into the horror stories. So, what do you got for us, sister? Okay,
so there was another incident that happened when I was like using drugs and drinking and all this stuff. So I was living with my dad at the time, and I was driving. This was before I got my DUIs. And no, this was actually after I got my first one. And so I was driving on a temporary license. And anyways, you would have thought I learned my lesson, but this was only like not even a week later. I pull up to this McDonald's, and mind you, I was taking Xanax and shit, and that's why I got my other DUI. And so I didn't really know what was going on. I was just like vibing out here in these streets. I had the key to the streets. Not really. I was about to be locked up, but I pull up to this McDonald's, and this random guy is out there, and like, I don't really know how this happened, but like, we started like chit chatting or whatever. And I started hanging out with this guy for a few days, which is really weird because I think he was like a little bit of a Looney Tune. I'm not going to lie. Like he had maybe done some drugs and didn't come back from it or something. I don't know. It took me a minute to find this out. And anyways, so like I would like meet up with him. So I met up with him at McDonald's. We were like talking or whatever. And then like I left, And somehow like he had my number. I guess I gave it to him or something. And he had hit me up a few days later. And so like I meet up with him and we're going to Walmart and he like has this like freak out moment and starts choking the fuck out of me.
Oh my God.
And mind you, like I was on Xanax. I was. But like I wasn't like fucked up on him. Like I know what was going on. So we were at the Walmart and he starts choking me and shit. And I was
in
like,
the car or in the store?
No. So like for some reason he kept telling me to meet him at this McDonald's.
Okay.
So I met him at this McDonald's days after I had met him the first time. And because he was like, hey, you want to hang out again? And I was like, I guess. So I meet him at the McDonald's. He gets in the car and we decided to go to Walmart. And I was like, okay, cool. So we go across the street to the Walmart and he has this freak out moment. Don't know what was happening, but he literally freaks out, like throws his phone, tells me to stop the car. And I was like, okay, well, I'm about to park. And he didn't want to wait for me to park. And he starts choking me.
Oh my God.
I couldn't breathe. He was like trying to like turn the wheel and make me wreck my car. Like, this sounds crazy, but like this is why you don't just like meet random people. But also like when you're on Xanax, like you just be meeting any and everybody and you think life is just cute and gorgeous because you have like you just don't give a fuck. I don't know. At least for me, that's how it's always been. That's why I don't do drugs and drink because I be acting crazy. But anyways, so he starts choking me and shit like that. Mind you, I was on Xanax and driving, and I don't know why my dumbass called the police because he honestly was scaring me. You know what I'm saying? Like, so when I called the police, he was like, no, I can't go to jail and blah, 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 and starts freaking out. And he gets out of the car, but like he's like walking, but like acting crazy. And I'm like, what the fuck is happening? So I parked the car. The police are coming. The police get there and was like, what's going on? Mind you, I had no shoes on, no socks. Looking a hot mess. And the police was like, didn't I just arrest you not even a week ago for drinking and driving? And I was like, oh, really? That was you? And he was like, yeah, that was me. And he could tell I was fucked up off Xanax. So even though this guy just choked the fuck out of me, he's like, girl, you're going to jail for a second DUI. I was like, okay, period, love, peace and hair grease. So he ends up arresting the other guy because the guy had a warrant out for his arrest. And I don't even think he pressed charges for the choking me because the cop was probably like, this dumb bitch. There's no telling if what she's even telling was the truth, even though he really did. But like, he's already going to jail for a warrant out for his arrest. So, and honestly, I'm glad they didn't press charges on him because I didn't want to go to court as a victim. Like, fuck that. Fuck that. So he goes to jail for violation of probation, and I go to jail for my second DUI. And my dad comes and gets in my car. My dad's like, you're just the biggest dumbass. And I was like, I really am. That's why y'all should have just got rid of me before I was even thought of, because this is the daughter that y'all wanted. Okay. So anyways, I go to jail for that. And it doesn't really sound scary, but like in the moment, like it really was scary. Like, I don't even know how that happened. Like why on earth would I go to a McDonald's and meet some random person and be like, okay, yeah, cool, I don't know you, but here's my number, and then
how did y'all get into communications again?
Because so there was a McDonald's near where I lived, and I guess I was going to get food.
Oh, y'all met at the McDonald's.
Yeah, and he just like approached me, and so I was like fucked up, and I was like, we talked for a little bit, and he was like, I guess I gave him my number. I don't really remember, but I just remember like days go by, and he's like, hey, will you meet me at the McDonald's? You want to hang out? And I was like, sure. So I go and get him at the McDonald's. And then we decided to go to Walmart together. And then he has a freak out moment and fucking chokes me. He probably had issues. And that's why you don't meet random fucking people. But that's what happens when you are a fucking crackhead like me, like I used to be. And then I wonder why shit happens to me. You know what I'm saying? It's like 0 to 100 real quick. But yeah, that was a scary time. And then during all of this, that old man that I was hanging out with is sending pictures of my mom all fucked up on. Oh,
from last week's episode.
Yeah, on last week's episode. So when I get to jail this time for the second DUI, that motherfucking old man is there.
He's there?
He's fucking there. And so mind you, I'm like coming off of Xanax and shit, and like I'm already like anxiety ridden, like really not even all the way there. And so they took me. So when I get to the jail, they book me in and they take me to the back. They, when you get to jail, they weigh you. They, make sure that you're cute and gorgeous. You have the drug test, see what kind of drugs you got in your system. They did find out I am a crackhead. So as they're learning that my weight and that I'm a crackhead because I have drugs in my urine, I look over to my right and this old motherfucking man is in the jail.
Oh my God.
So obviously you can't be like in the same cell as the men and shit like that, but like you can see him in the other room in the medical center. he's staring at me and like I just imagine, like all I can think of is like I know this face, but I couldn't figure out who it was. But I'm fucking terrified. And the nurse is like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "No, I'm not fucking okay." And she's like, "What's going on?" And I just like look, and I was like, "I don't know this." I said, "I know this man. He fucking scares me." And she's like, "What the fuck is happening?" She's like, "It's gonna be all right. It's gonna be all right." And I'm like, "Okay, period." They end up moving the man away so he wouldn't keep staring at me because I was telling them that I know him and he scares me and shit. And it was just a terrifying fucking experience because like all of this stuff is happening to me because I was running the streets, doing drugs. These men are terrifying. They're old, wrinkly, horrifying. And all I can remember is like these terrifying experiences of basically like, I'm not going to say they drugged me. That's not at all what happened because like I was drunk and I'm like, yeah, I'll take this liquid G. But like, damn, like why was I riding around with this old fucking man forever? It's like, who the fuck even are you? I don't even know your name.
When you're fucked up, you're not you. You become a different person. You have no morals and you just don't give a fuck. And the only thing you are interested in is your next high. And so you hang out with the wrong folks, you do the wrong things, you go to the wrong places, wrong place, wrong time, and you get caught up. It honestly is a miracle, Tasia, with the stories that you've shared. Also the stories I just know myself offline, like, bitch, it's a fucking miracle that you're even fucking here. I need y'all to know, like, these stories are not even scratching the surface, y'all. But you're here now, cute and gorgeous. And
what's even more embarrassing is that the cousin that I was hanging out with, that I was talking about, she hates my guts. So that night that we were
still crusty.
Yeah, that night that we were at that hotel, I guess I was fucked up and I was like, take pictures of me. Because when I'm fucked up, that's what I do. I'm like, take pictures of me. And then I look back at those pictures when I'm sober and I'm like, what is that? So I was like sitting on the old man's lap and I'm wearing high-waisted shorts and a bathing suit top. My hair's up and I'm thinking I'm a fucking beauty queen out here. No, you look like a crackhead. You look like a crackhead. This man, this 60-year-old man, I'm sitting on his lap and I'm cheesing like this. And if you can see me on the video right now, he's like this in the picture. Looking disgusting.
Tasia.
So how she thinks that I give a fuck, but she hates me so much. So she'll make these fake Facebook accounts and shit. Or she'll like threaten to expose the picture. Bitch, I'll expose myself. Send it to me, please. Actually, can I have the original version so I can go ahead and post it on my TikTok and make fun of myself? Because it's so fucking funny.
Please, you know what I'm saying? You cannot shame the shameless.
You can't. And so she'll send me like I think it was like maybe 9 months ago, or no, it was like a year ago actually. She hates me so much, so she sent that picture on a fake Facebook, I guess, like to try to scare me.
Oh, purr.
And I'm sitting on his lap, and I'm like, you know what I replied with? I am so cute and gorgeous. She didn't reply back, but like, you can't shame the shameless. Like, you're not going to scare me with exposing me. Like, expose me, okay? Like, people already know that that I'm a fucking recovering crackhead. I make that very obvious. I make fun of myself. Right. I was trash back then. I know that. Trust me. But now,
people be thinking they ate though.
I know.
Give me that motherfucking play, ho.
Yeah.
No, they really do. They think, okay, I got this dirt on you. I got this video of you. I got this. I got that. Bitch, why don't you just do something for yourself instead of sitting here hating on somebody who's doing something? Like, bitch, I turned my life around. I'm sorry you can't. Like, bitch, you're still fucking living in the fucking
It's like when I had the OnlyFans. She subscribed to my OnlyFans.
Girl,
and
you want to see your cousin's pussy?
And she saved, which first of all is illegal. It tells you not to do it. So I guess she screenshotted the pictures of me and sent them to my dad. And listen.
Your dad?
My dad was like, okay, period. Like, my dad doesn't care. He's all about getting that bag. So he was like, and he already knew I had an OnlyFans because I just be telling my dad shit. He's probably like, my daughter is fucking crazy, but no, he don't care. He's like, get on your back, sister. My dad is all about that money. Okay. If you can learn anything from my dad, it's definitely about money. He what's up, pops? But anyways, yeah, he already knew I had an OnlyFans and he called me. He was like, you won't believe this. I was like, what? He said, they literally sent me your like pictures off your OnlyFans. Like, I give a fuck.
Disgusting. Tasia.
I know. Like, girl, nobody gives a flying fuck. Like, yes, body goals. You know what I'm saying? You could never because you're too bad eating grandma's cookies. So fuck out of here, sister.
Built like a tugboat, bitch.
Body built like a tugboat. And you know, I'm not for body shaming and all that. Like but this is different. You know what I'm saying? They're different. You know what I'm saying? So don't come for me in the comments about that.
Also, okay. Let me just say this. there is a difference between being a bigger person, a thicker person, and then there's somebody who just like
don't give a fuck.
They're just God did not bless them with a shape. I'll say that. Like, you can be big and be shaped really nicely. There's a lot of I mean, not body shaming anybody, but like,
yeah,
I feel like the fucking dirtiest bitches, the fucking biggest cunts on earth are out here built like a tugboat.
You know the girls that wear those they don't have any style, but like they wear like these jeans that, and they're so long at the bottom that they drag, and they have
they're like frayed.
Well, that, and then like their house is so dirty that like they have dirt at the bottom and like water because they like stepped in some toilet bowl water and shit.
Stepped in toilet bowl.
No, listen. They're so like, they are so, they're not in my family anyways. Like, I don't claim them.
Excommunicated.
I remember like going over there and like they'd be wearing those pants and like they're so dirty and filthy and like it's so nasty at their house, like roach infested.
And then
like,
you have the audacity
I can't even.
shade.
No, I'm not making this up. I haven't eaten over there in years because they have like roaches and shit.
How could you?
I would open up a drawer and a roach would come out of the damn silverware drawer. Like, so therefore I don't want to eat over there. But like, you have the audacity to talk shit about me, bitch. First of all, get some different jeans. You know what I'm saying? Or like, don't overflow the toilet because your fucking pants have water on them.
Oh, they got dookie residue.
No, but I'm dead ass serious. I wish I had a picture of the shit. They're just nasty human beings, queen.
It's always those bitches though that have the most to say. It's always those bitches, the bitches with no lips talking the most shit. And I'm like, how? And like, you know what? Like, I get it. Like, we all come from different circumstances and like, not gonna shame anybody in their situation, but like, self-awareness, baby. Please,
no, the thing is,
you can't.
This like drives me crazy. Like, even in prison, like, you have all the tools necessary to clean your fucking butthole.
Yes.
You have soap and you have all these things and you continue to look like that. You continue to look a mess and stink like shit and like not take care of yourself. There is no excuse for that. There's no excuse for you.
Tasia, I'm glad you said that because you can't say this stuff on TikTok. You will get taken down for bullying and harassment. That is hygiene. We came here for horror stories, but bitch, we about to go on a rant.
Like, there's even people in prison, like, if they were like, oh, I don't make store, like, so don't say that I stink. Okay, here's some deodorant. Like, people would offer them shit and give them shampoo, conditioner, and deodorant, and they would not wash their ass.
Some people just want to be a stinky bitch, and I don't get it. Like,
I don't get it either.
Girl, I know you smell them aromas.
And if you're showering and you stink, you need to go to the doctor because there's something in your body that's not breaking your food down or something. There are resources, queen.
Listen, have you ever smelt somebody who had a trail? No, listen, I'm being serious. This happened the other day. They had a trail, but the trail of funk was warm. You know what I'm saying, bitch? Like when someone got a warm, stinky pussy and you can feel like the radiation of her pussy.
Yeah.
Girl, I was walking through Sugarloaf Mills the other day and this woman was like, she was booking it, but she was walking so fast that she was causing a wind tunnel behind her, and I felt her warm pussy hit my face, and it was so stinky. It was, I swear, like, I'm not even trying to be funny. Like, this is some real shit. It was a warm funk, and it like hit me in the face, and I was like, damn, like it was awful. It was putrid, but no, like, okay.
You ever like had a conversation? So like, when you're a girl, obviously, like, you get UTIs, you get yeast infections, you've had bacterial vaginos. You know what I'm saying? It happens. Like,
no shame.
You can literally use a different laundry detergent and it happens.
Yeah.
I was having this conversation with somebody that fucking has definitely smelled before. I've smelled them and they've smelled like dog diarrhea shit, doo-doo shit. They have definitely had BV before because, girl, I've smelled you before and I have not said anything because, girl, like, been there, done that. You know what I'm saying? But like, you obviously went to the doctor or something, or like it just leveled out because you don't stink today. But like, I know that you stunk before. And they're like, oh, I've never had BV before. I guess I'm just lucky. I'm thinking, bitch, you're a fucking liar because I've smelt your stinking ass.
The lies you tell, bitch.
Like,
no, we've all had a stinky day. I'm sure back then when you were fucking around, like you say, you was fucking hanging with these crackers. Girl, you was stinky them days.
Onion rings.
Onion pussy. But hygiene, literally, please take notes, y'all. Like, okay, I remember one time on TikTok, people were coming for my throat because this bitch had, you know, that trend. I might have even mentioned this before, but you know, my memory amnesia, bitch. this bitch had made like a video to that audio. He chose me. He don't want you, nanny, nanny, boo boo. Yeah. So, but her teeth were so fucked. And here's the thing. I get it. People have circumstances, but there is no excuse. A goddamn toothbrush is $1. If you had a home in the background, you clearly are paying rent. You can't spare $1 fucking a year, 6 months, 3 months. You're supposed 3 months. Supposed to change out your toothbrushes every 3 months. Just saying. But I mean, you got to stretch it out to 6 months. A year is better than not brushing your fucking teeth at all. And like literally all I commented on that video was the toothbrush emoji. No words, nothing. Just the emoji. Bitches were like, I'm so disappointed, Camo. I thought you were a safe space. You're a bully. And I'm like, girl, she needs to brush her doo-doo teeth. Like I see plaque build up. Her teeth are brown. And like I hate people who enable. I cannot stand a fucking enabler. Like, people have actual problems and they need to be mentioned. Like, people, we gotta stop acting like we have to walk on eggshells and cater to everybody's emotional state. Obviously, you need to be mindful of, people having trauma and people, all those type of things. But like, girl, no excuse to not take care of yourself. You're only making your situation worse. So, brush your teeth regularly. There's no excuses. You're not homeless. And even homeless people, they get money. So like, girl, go get a motherfucking toothbrush. Like, there's literally no excuse. There's a small, teensy-weensy percentage of people who don't have like enamel naturally on their teeth and their teeth do rot. And like, that is a shitty situation. But like, you don't just get to that situation overnight. Like, it takes a long time of not like taking care of your teeth. And so when people be getting like that, like, it's honestly disgusting. Like, it makes me sick. Like, people with doo-doo ass fucking breath. It makes me sick. Like, girl, fix yourself. Like, fuck. I know everyone can't afford dental. Like, I don't got dental insurance. I can't tell you the last time I got a motherfucking cleaner, but you see them bitches? Brushed every day. Okay, like, I do be skipping. Sometimes I forget to brush my teeth at night and I wake up and I'm like, damn, bitch, this nasty as fuck. Tastes like butt. But brush your teeth, girls. Like, please brush your teeth. Wash your pussy. Wash your ass. Guys, scrub under your sack. Please. I cannot.
On that note, we need to go on a little break.
Absolutely. So, we're going to wrap this week's episode up with, we're both going to share one more story. And then, honestly, girls, let us know in the feedback below, the reviews. Let us know what you want to hear us talk about, because we do have so many stories, but like, we don't really know where it even starts sometimes. So just let us know in the reviews. Just saying. It would really help us out anyways. So a few years back, I was living in a house of, there were 7 of us, 6 of us. Let's see, Ariana. There were 6 of us. It was literally like Bad Girls Club, but with men too. So I was living there, and this guy caught my attention at Applebee's. He was like asking one of my homegirls who I was, and he initially thought I was a female. And he was like, who's that girl that's with y'all? And then my friend Sarah was like, girl, that's Camo. He's a guy. Well, anyways, didn't deter him. He was like, okay, still a bad bitch, poo. So he approached me, and like, we started talking, and like, this man looked like Clark Kent. He looked like Superman. Like, literally, he did. Like, everyone said it, but I did not know this man was a psychopath. So we talked, whatever, briefly. I was trying to, play it cute and gorgeous. I was just like giving him a little taste, a little sample of my personality. And then I dipped, right? I was going to Applebee's with my coworkers for a period of time, like literally every other night, just getting shit-faced. And this other night in particular, he was sitting on the patio by himself. Mind you, he worked there at the time. And he just looked so pitiful, and it was freezing outside. Like, I had a fur coat on. It was so cold. And he was just out there shivering and just looked so helpless and pitiful. And he had a backpack on, and he was looking dirty that day. And he was just like, hey, how are you? And I was like, I'm doing great, whatever. I don't even remember what our conversation was about, but I do remember that he somehow convinced me to come let him stay the night. And he was like, just for a night or two, like, I'll get out of your hair as soon as possible. And I was like, okay. I guess he basically told me that he couldn't go to where he was living because I guess he was like subleasing somebody's house and they didn't want him there anymore. So they like kicked him out. Why did I not like think to myself, why would they want to kick you out if you're paying rent? Are you crazy? I didn't even think to ask those questions. I was just like, cute boy, let's go. So he came to my house. The 2 days he asked to stay turned into almost 3 months. And we couldn't get rid of him. And it was just like a crazy situation. So like the first like week he was there, he kind of like led me on that he liked me. And when I like relationship wise, I'm very old school. Like, of course, I like to, get my rocks off from time to time. But if I like somebody, like girl, you're not gonna try to fuck me the first day you come here. Like, get to know me. Let's see if we're compatible. Let's do what we gotta do. But for a whole week, he made it seem like he really liked me and like we were sleeping, almost cuddling. We didn't like cuddle, but like, we was right there, cute and gorgeous. And this man, I really embarrassed myself, truthfully, to like everyone around and like people I went to school with, like my friend Morgan. Like, this man really just like I was not in the right state of mind because I was just so boy crazy at that period of time that like I was making the wrong decisions. But anyways, he was basically a crackhead and I didn't even know it. And he had me go help him get a moped to drive as his main commuter to work. I'm like, okay, I guess, you work down the street, like no big deal. Like, okay, cool. You want to ride a moped? Edgy, I guess. But he gets this old ass, rinky dinky ass moped that barely even worked. And I don't know why I contacted my friend Morgan, of all people, and been like, hey girl, can you take me an hour away to go get this man that I barely know a moped? Oh, it's because she also knew him. That's why. And anyway, so we went, got him this moped. And it like ended up breaking down on the way back. And he was like driving behind us. And like, it was the funniest sight. Like, this is a tall, big ass man on this little ass moped driving on fucking like Buford Highway. And it was a hot mess. But anyways, so he comes back to my house with this moped, finally gets it. And like, he's always working on it. And fucking meth heads be fucking always taking everything the fuck apart, putting it back together, doing some weird shit. And it didn't help that the thing looked like he was 30 fucking plus years old. So long story short, well, I can't even really, he was crazy. He started getting like violent and like, he had stayed with me for such a period of time, but he was like not respecting the house rules. Like, he would never lock the door. And it got to a point where, we were like locking him out of the house. And he would leave windows unlocked and crawl through the window. And we would get home, and us thinking we had got rid of him, he would climb back in the house. And, at the time, we had substances coming in and out of the house. So there was we could not be calling no police. So we just had to basically live with this bum coming in and out of our house. And I was like into him for like 3 or 4 days, and then I started to realize that he was not all there and that he was crazy, and like he was very like misogynistic. Like, the conversations he was like having with me was just like, he would say the nastiest out of pocket shit. And then it got to the point where I was like, you need to leave. Like, I'm tired of you being in my fucking house. You don't pay rent here. You don't respect anybody. You're eating everybody's food, blah, say blah. You're basically breaking into my house every day, and you gotta go. And he was like, oh yeah? Well, if I gotta go, then like he like bucked up at me and was like, basically threatened to beat my ass. And he was far more like bigger than me. Like, he was built, like he had muscle, like he could have punched me and it would have knocked me the fuck out. So I picked my battles wisely. So I just like left. But anyways, going down the road, we convinced him, like, okay, if you think you're going to stay here and you're going to intimidate us into staying here, you can sleep in the motherfucking garage. So we let him stay in the garage. And mind you, the house I was living in belonged to one of my friends whose family lived there for a few years. So there was like a lot of like stuff they had accumulated and like stored in the garage. I am basically a goddamn hoarder. I had so much shit in the garage. My other roommates had shit in the garage. We had a gym in the garage. We had a couch in the garage. Like, it was so full. And one day, I wake up to an explosion. A loud fucking explosion. Like, it sounded like a bomb hit our house. My roommate, Sam, wakes up, bonnet on her head. What was that? And I was like, what was that? Like, we had no idea what the fuck was going on. We go downstairs, y'all, on my mother's grave. There is a fucking hole from my friend Ariana's room to the garage that he was sleeping in. A huge hole that anyone could have walked under. Like, what the fuck happened in here? And this man, like, everything was turned upside down. I don't know what the fuck happened. It was just so loud. And then he played dumb and was like, I don't know what happened. Somebody just ran in here and they stole my phone. Motherfucker, you got a prepaid Android that was $30. Metro PCS. Motherfucker, nobody stole that shit. Nobody stole that shit. And I'm like, he's literally like lying to us. I don't know what he did. To this day, I could not tell you. The only thing I can put in my brain, like, that would make sense considering the damages that were done and considering the state of our garage, I think this fucking crackhead was putting the wrong wires together and it exploded. It exploded. And like, he looked traumatized also. So like, anyways, that was the fucking final straw. So we tried to get him out, and then he kept like threatening to get physical with us. So finally we called the police, and then he tried to fight us on like, you know, in some states, like if you've been living in a place more than 30 days, you are now technically a resident. So he tried to pull that shit. But then I was like, okay, where's your mail? Do you have mail to this address? No, you don't. So, of course, naturally, the police made him leave. He went and stayed with one of my friend's mothers, and that was a whole other weird situation. She tried to fight me. Our relationship went south. We're good now, cute and gorgeous, but, like, interesting time of my life. And turned out he was I guess a pedophile. He went to jail in Florida, but he was, like, touching little girls. Disgusting. Trigger warning. I already said it. Sorry. But yeah, he was a sex offender. There we go. Not pedophile. I guess you are a pedophile too. But yeah, and like, it was just like common knowledge around the town. Like, everyone for some reason knew who he was. And I like, people would be like, you need to watch out for him. And I didn't know why, but he apparently had beat this girl that also worked there with him. And, like, he had a history of doing that and, like, taking advantage of girls. And, like, girls, first of all, you Applebee's bitches, why the fuck did y'all not tell me the specifics? Y'all just said watch out for him. And I was like, what is this cute-ass boy doing wrong? Like, let me find out for myself. Y'all didn't even tell me. Y'all could have been like, he's crazy, and told me some situational shit that I would have ixnayed real quick. But anyways, yeah, that was a long rant. But shout out to Philip. Probably still in jail, hopefully.
And that's on period.
Girl, but didn't you meet him?
No, I did not. And I'm glad that I did not.
You were coming around the house around that time, though.
Anytime I showed up, he was not there.
He was so weird, too. Like, he would always just, like, my friends would come over to smoke, and you could tell, like, he was feeling some type of way because people weren't paying him attention. But he was just, like, being weird and awkward in the corner and not doing anything. So he would just, like, go get his guitar and start playing it loudly in the living room. And we're all just trying to get fucking high. And, like, period. And everyone's just sitting there like, sounds good, though. But, like,
why?
What? Anyways.
I think that sums up today's episode.
Wait, don't you have another story?
I don't.
Oh, okay. Fuck. Well, fuck me then. Listen, y'all, rate, review, everything you got to do. Subscribe, turn on them post-bell notifications. Girls, please. At this point, I'm begging. begging you. Please leave some reviews. Anyways, I love y'all. Thanks for listening, and stay tuned for next week's episode.
Bye.